Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Health, Wealth, and Happiness channel. My name is Ruslan G, and if this is your first time to the channel, go hit the subscribe button if you like anything to do with health, wealth, and happiness, because that's what this channel is all about. And today's episode is actually really interesting. I thought it'd be a fascinating topic to talk about. Do psychopaths make the best traders, or are they really poor? And if you know a psychopath, make sure at the end of this video to share it with your local psychopath, because statistics say that every 1 in 10 people is or may be a psychopath or a sociopath. So there are plenty out there in this world, and some of them are even traders. So let's talk about if you or you know someone that's a psychopath. Should you be a trader? The pros and cons and kind of the goods and the bads of what you might experience if you're a psychopath or a sociopath and you are a trader. So without further ado, let's dive right into this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. All right, welcome back. Long time no see. Thank you again for tuning in. And again, if you find any value in this video, go smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you don't, I might not be able to eat dinner tonight. So let's first talk about, do psychopaths make the best traders? That we may well never know. So that's why I thought it'd be interesting to explore both sides of the spectrum. And no, you do not need to be a psychopath to be a trader, even if the pros outweigh the cons. But let's talk about each specific trait of a psychopath, and let's talk about how it might make them or break them as a trader. So some of the yes arguments of a psychopath is that they lack empathy, right? So lacking empathy, of course, in relationships can be a very, very dangerous thing. But in trading, you actually want to be somewhat emotionless, because if you are attached to a particular stock because of an emotion of either happiness or fear or greed, any type of emotion that you might have, if you are attached to a stock because you just love it or you hate it and you don't ever want to touch it because you don't believe in it, right? Whatever it may be, a psychopath might see the opportunity that's there because they're thinking logically and not emotionally, which leads them to, from time to time, making a better decision than someone that is more emotional about a particular stock. The second one goes really well with the first one, and that is if you are emotionless, right? If you are emotionless while you're trading, like a psychopath might be, you will likely make mistakes, just like any trader will, but you will not be upset at yourself for making those mistakes because, again, you don't care. The same can be applied for when you do really, really well, and let's say you make a few $1,000 doing day trading or weekly trading, whatever it might be, and you make a good sum of money. You will not feel super, super excited, and you might be emotionless about the fact that you made a lot of money. That will lead you as a psychopath to think logically and take those profits and maybe not even revisit the stock until it corrects. So that way, it's a win-win on both sides, on both the losing money side and on the making money side. So last but not least reason for yes is that psychopaths love stimuli. What do I mean by this? Well, they like to feel like they are in a risky situation and get that adrenaline going, right? And if that's the case with most psychopaths, well, there's a nice little rule in trading that goes along really well with this, is that if you have more risk, there is a higher probability that there is a bigger reward waiting for you on the other side. So if you are a psychopath, or you know a psychopath that is not afraid of any risk and they're an adrenaline junkie and they might be really good at trading, and that's because they are a true-born psychopath. You never know. Dun, dun, dun. So there you have all the reasons for why psychopaths make a great trader. But since I'm a contrarian, I like to look at the opposite spectrum as well. So now we're going to talk about why psychopaths actually make bad traders versus good traders. So the first and foremost is the fact that psychopaths typically have poor behavior controls. You know, they'll usually do what they think is right, no matter what it is. You know, if they get told not to push a button, they'll probably push that button. And the same can apply with trading. And if you don't have control over your trading, that can create problems and you could lose a lot of money, and in some cases even miss out on opportunities because you had your money tied up in something that's losing you money versus something that could be making you money. The second reason is that a psychopath may use anger to cope with their losses. And if you do that, you are going to make more and more mistakes, and it's a never-ending cycle. And what this also could lead into is you never wanting to trade ever again. And if that's the case, then what's the point of even starting, right? The third reason is psychopaths are typically very impulsive, just like with the previous example. You cannot have consistency with impulsivity. And with trading, you have to have consistency to continue to make profits, or else you're gonna have poor long-term trading and you'll probably never make it out the ghetto. And last but not least, psychopaths have a failure to accept responsibility for their actions. And I know some psychopaths myself, I'm not gonna name any names, but because they have a failure to accept responsibility for their actions, they tend to lead to a repetition of the same exact mistakes over and over and over. And that is actually the definition of insanity, is to do the very same thing over and over and over and expect different results. And as we know, if you do the same thing over and over, 99% of the time, unless something out of control happens, that will lead to the exact same poor results that you would expect doing the exact same thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys go. If you haven't hit that like button and you found this useful, informative, or even interesting, please smash that like button. So without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.